Hello, I'm Cheryl and welcome to my sewing room. I'm going to demonstrate how to sew a tassel onto the ends of a pointed table runner. Now, if you don't know how to make a basic table runner, watch my video, How to Make a Table Runner, for detailed instructions. So let's look at an example of a pointed runner that I have already completed. You have this nice blue and white fabric. I've got 3 buttons at the end for a decoration and this crisp white tassel. This has a very classy look, really a nice table runner. So let's look at some tassels that you can use on table runners and other projects too. So here's a couple of examples. I have 2 tassels hooked onto one cording. This particular type is usually used to tie around something. That's why it's attached. I've seen them on the corners of pillows, wrapped around a pointed corner on a pillow, wrapped around curtains, and a variety of other things. I've even seen them on handbags. Then there's this other tassel here. This has already got a little loop on it. Now, whichever tassel you choose to use, we're going to put a safety pin on the end of it. So in order to put a safety pin on this, you're going to wrap just some cellophane tape, some clear tape around the middle. Then cut it either with a rotary cutter or a pair of scissors, and then put your safety pin through the end. This will prevent the cording from unraveling. The other thing that you're going to need while putting on a tassel is a piping foot. This will allow you to get around the bulky part of the tassel. Will make it a lot easier. So let's go over to a table runner that I've already gotten started. Now on the back here, I have fusible webbing that's on the top fabric. Okay, I've already done my 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way around, except for at each end I left a small opening, either a 1/2 inch to a 1/4 of an inch, depending on the size of the tassel you're putting in. And then I've left an opening on the side so that I can reach in and insert the tassel. So I'm going to use this particular tassel here with the safety pin on it, and I'm going to reach inside and push this safety pin through the hole. Okay, here it comes. All right, and gently pull it out. Don't push and shove it into the corner. You just want it to lay really easy in that area. Because remember, we want to leave some of the cording to show when you're all done. The tassel will sway back and forth a lot easier if you leave a little bit of the cording to show. Then go to your sewing machine and make sure your piping foot is on. That'll make it easier to get around. And then begin to sew down into this corner. You're going to hold the cording even with the point here. Okay, sew down to this here into this corner about a 1/2 inch away. Leave your needle down and press your foot up. Turn your table runner so that you can now stitch into this corner, and you want to stitch a couple of times over the cording to secure it. Then leave your needle down, press your foot up, turn your runner again so that you can go along this side. You're going to do that on both ends. Now, the next step will be to trim some of the fabric off at the end. I've already done that here. You're going to cut a little bit off at the point and then a little bit off on each side. You need to do that so that it's not too bulky down here, because now you've got the cording of a tassel, you've got this excess fabric, so you've got to get rid of some of the bulk. Otherwise, it will not lay flat. Now let's go back over to the one that I've already completed that I showed you in the beginning. And there's just a couple of more steps that you need to do. Make sure you pin your edges really smooth. Go to your iron and press it. Now don't press over the pins. Remove your pins a little at a time and press. Then go back to your sewing machine and you're going to do your top stitching, a 1/4 of an inch to an eighth of an inch away from this side edge here. Well, this is a great technique for easily putting on a tassel. So I hope that this was helpful to you. My next video will be how to do decorative top stitching using just a straight stitch and paper. It's really, really easy and so much fun. You get to be really creative on that. You get to create your own design and be yourself. Now, to keep informed on all my future videos, you want to click on subscribe at the bottom of the screen. And when you do that, YouTube just sends you a quick little email saying that I've got another video for you to watch. I will also want to thank those of you who have watched my videos, and especially those of you who have already subscribed. It's very, very exciting for me, and thank you. I'm Cheryl. I'm so glad you came to my sewing room. See you next time. Happy sewing.